2, 1. And we're back. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy, Deranged Oak. We continue on with our playthrough of Hogwarts Legacy. Last time, boy, look at this absolute menace right here.
It appears we are almost ready to depart. It's a pity we didn't have a bit more time to spend on spellcasting. What's that glow? I don't see a glow.
I do.
Nor do I.
That's because y'all blind. I can see it.
Merlin's beard. How did you... Wait! We do...
Yeah, he did.
Lumos.
Well done.
Now the reflection's turning towards me. It does follow the light.
And now the function begins.
Look out!
Potato!
Which,
Accio! Defecto! Levioso! Deposo! Phineas, Nigellus, Black. Prepare yourself to meet the headmaster.
Fig, nice of you to join us.
what's going on,
The
you pompous
sorting ceremony
asshole?
is over.
There were complications.
Complications?
It seems the goblin problem has...
Enough. Goblins. I've no time for rumors, Fig, and I'm rapidly losing whatever patience I had left. If you're lucky, we might still be able to get you sorted this evening.
Sir, I'll beat your
I'll be in
ass.
touch. Ah, yes. A bit older than the others, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
You come here with preferences and preconceptions. Certain expectations.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to exploring Hogwarts and the world beyond the castle and grounds.
Indeed. Much can be gleaned by having an adventurous spirit. But your professors have a great deal to teach you as well. Oh, but you're brave at heart. Exceptionally daring. Undaunted by the unknown. Willing to forge ahead alone when you must.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps you belong in Gryffindor.
Are y'all putting me in the Gryffindor? Fine. Yeah, duck your head, because you will get... Hello.
Good morning. I trust you're ready for your first day at Hogwarts?
I've been
Indeed.
dreaming of this day for a long time. Can't believe I'm here.
Well, you are here. Make the most of it. You only have one first day at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your unique situation, joining us as a fifth year, you'll need to catch up with your classmates and not fall behind. Especially as you'll be expected to complete your OWLs at the end of the year.
OWLs? Owls.
The
Yes,
SATs,
your
my boy,
ordinary
the
wizarding level
SATs.
exams. They will determine what type of career you can have when you leave here. After much discussion with the headmaster and the Department of Magical Education at the Ministry, we've devised something extraordinary to ensure your success.
Oh.
Here you are.
Indeed.
What is it?
It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a fifth year. You would be wise to take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
Will do.
Thank you, Professor, but what do you mean it will keep track of what I'm learning?
Perhaps seeing it in action will answer any questions you may have. Walk with me and we shall put it to the test.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
You did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
I did say second option in my first gameplay. What happens now? Let me see.
We did take a bit of a detour on the way here. Ended up exploring some ruins and... I shouldn't say more.
Exploring ruins? Well, I presume Professor Fig has his reasons for keeping the details to himself for now. Speak of the devil, Professor
Hello.
Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor.
Hey, the
Rather,
dragon just came
unfortunately,
over.
it would
It wasn't
seem
my
that it
fault.
chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
All that happened, and yeah, now we're about to talk to Professor Fig to continue on with the journey. I'm becoming the true Dark Lord of this world before Voldemort is born. But yeah, I digress. If you're new to the channel, first off, welcome. Feel free to check out the last video to see fully how we got up to this point, as well as the rest of the videos on my channel to see how I do things around here. And see if that will let you want to become a part of the pack. Those of you who are already a part of the pack, what's going on, y'all? We're about to continue on with our journey to become the Dark Lord. That is my goal. Yeah. But yeah, I'm just here. I'm sorry. Had a complete and utter brain fart. I literally got lost right there. Don't know why. Anywho, let's talk to Professor Fig. Leo!
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today, before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I hear you and Professor Weasley talking about exploring ruins?
Nope, not at all.
Yes, sir. But I didn't tell her anything else about her travels here. I will say, I think she suspects we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well trained. Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you. Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guide's map? Unfold it and have a look. The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend.
I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket.
All right.
For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
All right. 2 charge class.
Some of us don't necessarily want him to get back for the lesson.
I think I've learned how to get around the castle. But then...
Charms class.
Here, behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hi, Natty.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work. But I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone?
Thank you, Natty.
I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all.
Hey, bruh,
Looks
I'm
to me,
new, okay?
you all spent your
She was just
holidays
helping.
practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
All right.
Akio.
Thank you.
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me.
Okay. After you. I apologize if y'all hear cheering. Well, cheering? Chewing. I'm eating right now as well.
Amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right? So why don't we have our newest student start us off?
Okay, let's go.
Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm at the last possible moment. Now, think of this like gobstones, if you will. But instead of throwing the marbles out, you are summoning them toward you.
Cool.
The trick is to pull the sphere as far as possible, but not a bit more, or it'll fall. Yes?
Accio.
Now, I could keep excellent control there.
Bing. How was that? Oh, I gotta do all of them.
Don't lose. Very good. Points to Gryffindor. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition.
Indeed.
Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up. You'll be the blues just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red.
I want the
Clear?
red though.
Yes, sir.
Okay. She got me.
There we go.
She got me. Accio.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
I ain't losing again, lady.
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
Accio. Bam. That's how it's done.
Excellent control there. Very good, both of you. Well done. Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Good game back there. I must admit, I think I underestimated you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
Thank you, but I've been holding my own.
I appreciate your confidence. I transferred here from Wagadu just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
Is Wagadu much bigger than Hogwarts?
Wagadu School of Magic is the largest wizarding school in the world. So yes, bigger than Hogwarts. But it never seemed intimidating or overwhelming to me. It always felt like
by the
home.
way.
Is Wagadu a castle, like Hogwarts?
Its address is Mountains of the Moon. It is not so much a castle as a beautiful edifice carved out of the mountainside. I remember the first time I saw it, the mist was so thick I could hardly make out anything at all.
Interesting.
And then it just materialized before me, this enormous school that seemed to be floating in midair.
This may seem an odd question, but is magic the same there
Sit.
as it is here?
Bag
Mostly,
it.
yes. But I did
Dog
have
is
to
trying
learn
to
how
steal my
use a
pizza,
wand when
y'all.
I arrived here.
No.
Hardly anyone at Wagadu uses
No.
one.
Nope. Bag it. Bag it. Hey, stop it. Anywho.
Spells cast without a wand must be less powerful than those cast with a wand.
No, not at all. Wizarding magic cast without a wand is just as powerful. I find wandless magic to be much more instinctive. Not to mention quite convenient if one is without their wand. I must admit, however, that I am growing quite fond of using a wand. It seems very dramatic.
All right.
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Wagadu, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts. I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. You better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
Of course, you can use
Professor
If you
Ronan.
would.
if you're so inclined.
Well, you'd be using it on clothing.
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did.
It's going to work on here.
I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation.
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What
Right.
charm is there in the expected? You did well, managing to best as gifted a student as Miss Onai.
Thank you, Professor. I enjoyed the match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
I'll be looking forward to it, sir. Alright. Now, defense against the dark arts. Let's go. What are y'all looking at? Come on.
Is that all you've got?
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces on your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge.
Knowledge.
To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember.
Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso!
Bitch.
A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Alright, Levioso. Boop.
Levioso!
Now, let's try something a little larger.
Lift the dummy.
Let us begin with the basic cast.
Think.
See how the dummy deflected your cast?
Yep.
This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast.
Bet.
Remember, now, that is well done.
Think.
Very good, but the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a
You
fair
want the smoke, my boy?
using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
Quickly.
Nothing lucky about it.
Exactly.
I know.
Nope.
Stupid Levioso.
Gotcha.
This can't be your first.
Let's just say I'm a quick learner.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
Cause I'm cold, boy. Respect my
I
gangster.
put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Gryffindor.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Professor Haggard. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments.
Thank you, Professor.
All right. That's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
Nice work.
What's going on, bro?
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice. It felt more like I was dueling an expert. Sebastian Sallow, by the way. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
I've dueled enough. Consider yourself lucky I held back.
Right.
Huh, fair enough. You owe me an honest duel when you aren't. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
Exclusive and unsanctioned. Count me in.
Exactly.
Excellent. Knew I was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club, or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon.
You
Perhaps
will.
somewhere unsanctioned. We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance. If you're interested.
Will do.
Till next time.
Till next time. All right.
What
Professor
about the
Weasley.
room, Professor?
I was thinking the same thing, Deke. Perhaps you could help.
Oh, excuse, Deke.
Ah, there you are. I trust your first classes went well?
They did, Professor.
Very
I
much so.
heard as much from Professors Hecat and Ronan. Seems Professor Fig taught you quite a bit during your brief detour near... what was it you said? Some ruins? I'd wager there's a good deal more to your travels here than what you've told me. Isn't there?
Have you and Professor Fig not discussed my training?
He continues to be reticent about the details, mentioning only a few spells. Revelio, was it? And Lumos?
That's
Yes.
correct, Professor.
I see. Like trying to get a sonnet from a streeler. Regardless, you must continue to build upon what you've learned. In that regard, I've asked your professors to help hasten your progress with some extra assignments.
I'm not sure I have time for extra assignments, Professor.
You shall find the time. You'd be astonished to know just how much you don't know. In fact, Professor Ronan will meet you outside momentarily to assign your first one.
Well
Now,
then.
regarding the trip to Hogsmeade I mentioned earlier, we've arranged to replace the supplies lost on your way here, including seeds, potion recipes, and spellcrafts.
Thank you, Professor.
And Mr. Ollivander will connect you with the perfect wand. You've managed your classes well with a borrowed wand, but you'll find the magic you cast with your own wand to be far superior.
All right. I'm ready
I'm
to
eager
go.
to get to Hogsmeade.
Very well. I'd like you to make your first visit to the village with a classmate. Help you get your bearings. Perhaps Sebastian Sallow or Natsai Onai. I've noticed you spending time with them.
I do fashion.
I'd like to go with Sebastian.
Glad to hear it. Mr. Sallow is a capable young wizard, and he knows the area. He'll keep you well clear of any of Victor Rookwood's undesirables en route.
Rookwood?
A rather
Who dat?
unsavory local. Best to avoid him and his associates, including his right hand of sorts, Theophilus Harlow, if you can. Once you've finished Professor Ronan's assignment, your friend will meet you at the castle doors. No time to waste. The sooner you complete your work, the sooner you can enjoy a butterbeer at the Three Broomsticks.
You're right. All right. Gotta go meet with Professor Ronan. Okay. Do. Kitty! Pretty kitty, pretty kitty, pretty kitty, pretty kitty, pretty kitty. Good kitty.
Ah, there you are.
You have a new spell to teach me, Professor.
Indeed I do, and an exceedingly useful one at that. The mending charm, Reparo. Fixes things right up, makes a broken object good as new in the blink of an eye.
It seems as if that might come in handy.
More frequently than one would imagine. As Professor Weasley mentioned, I am not the only one who will be teaching you spells outside of class in an effort to catch you up with your peers. A number of your professors have agreed to do so as well, but first, each shall ask that you complete a few preliminary tasks to hone your magic. I have arranged some for today. See them through and then report back to me. We will have you casting Reparo in no time.
Will do.
I'll start on the task right away, Professor.
Revelio.
Alright, let's go do shit. Let's go.
This is the right area. I wonder where the flying page is.
Boom, 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 boom. Ah, there you are. Thank you.
Revelio.
The flying page must be around here somewhere.
Get back here, motherfucker. Go ahead, dude. Alright. Professor.
I trust the preliminary task.
I completed the assignments, Professor.
Marvelous. You clearly know your way around basic charms. Let us give the old mending charm a try then, shall we?
Indeed.
Remember to be deliberate in your enunciation and movements. I want to see some vigor. Now, wand at the ready.
Yes, sir.
Remember, your wand is a conduit of your magic. That's it. Very good. If you would like to practice mending something, have a go with that broken statue in the alcove by the water. It allegedly symbolized heartbreak. Perhaps a jilted lover thought it too accurate and lashed out.
Prepare.
Oh dear, I shall get in trouble for this.
Revelio.
What did you do?
Is everything all right?
Oh, hello. Nice to see you again. Thank you for asking. And I'm afraid everything's not all right. I may be in a spot of trouble with the librarian. You might recall that I was trying to cast non-verbally when we met in the common room. Well, I mastered that, and now I've taken to creating my own charms. Thought I'd perfected my light as a feather charm to use on my library books. My arms get so tired carrying them around all day. But I must have confused the Latin word for feather with bird in my incantation, because when I opened my bag just now in the library, they literally took flight.
What did we learn?
That sounds brilliant, actually.
Thank you. Somehow I don't think the librarian will see it that way. I collect the books and remove the charm myself, except this isn't the first time one of my charms has threatened the peace of the library. Amit told Madame Scribner they were my books flying around, so she said that if I caused her any more trouble, she'd write to my parents. Perhaps you could get them for me. There are only 5. She won't be suspicious of a new student looking around.
I suppose I could help, if I have the time.
Oh, I'd very much appreciate it. One of the books is my diary. I'd rather it not fall into the wrong hands. If you could collect them and bring them to me, I can remove the charm.
They about to fall into the wrong hands. I'm just letting you know that right now.
This must be Cressida's diary. I'd want this back too if I were her.
It was a good day. That is until Gareth splashed whatever ridiculous concoction he was creating all over my perfectly stewed lacewing flies. Had to empty the entire cauldron and start all over again. He is such a menace. He thinks he knows everything there is to know about potions, always disrupting Professor Sharp's class with his experiments. I am utterly convinced that if he wasn't Professor Weasley's nephew, he would have been expelled by now. Are about Smokies again tonight for dinner. I'm becoming more partial to them now, although I still prefer meat pie. Okay. Hello.
Hello, Cressida. I collected your books, including your diary.
Oh, what a relief. Thank you. I'll happily take the heavy lot off your hands now.
Unless you want your classmates to know how you really feel about them, you might reward me for my time.
Oh, you're not at all who I thought you to be.
And you're not who I thought you to be. Based upon your diary, you seem terribly judgmental.
Fine. I shall pay you. But you cannot begin to imagine what I shall be writing about you next.
Really now?
Should never have trusted them.
I mean, that was your fault. Trust me, lady. I'm just saying.
Hello. I don't believe we've met.
Oh, hello. I'm Lenora.
Hi, Lenora.
Pardon me if I seem a little distracted at the moment. Everyone thinks I'm utterly balmy. Samantha thinks I'm potty. But it's this painting. I never noticed it before. If I know Hogwarts, and I do, an empty frame doesn't appear for no reason. There's something more to this.
If I have the time, I may look. Could be intriguing.
I've been racking my brains long enough. I hope you'll have better luck than I have. Do come and find me if you stumble on something illuminating that solves the mystery.
Well.
Revelio. Lumos. That spot must be a clue. I should look around in case it's nearby. Let's get you back to your frame, little moth. I knew there was a connection. I should tell Lenora that I solved the puzzle of that empty frame. Lenora, I solved the mystery of that painting.
You did? How?
Lumos.
I'm afraid I can't tell you, Lenora.
Surely you jest.
You should have worked it out on your own.
You have nerve. Especially since I'm the one who told you about it in the first place.
I know not what you speak of.
Imagine solving a riddle that I mentioned and then not telling me the answer. Practically competing with Imelda to see who's a more infuriating know-it-all.
That wasn't my fault. Like I realize I'm able to go to Hogsmeade right now, but until I'm actually able to travel, I can't do shit.
Well,
Revelio.
meeting you here.
Hmm. Hello.
Hello, Sebastian.
Ah, my new charge. I'm told you're
You're
in
in
dire need of
charge?
supplies, and I'm to accompany you into Hogsmeade for them. Is this your first foray into the village?
It
Yeah.
is. I haven't left the castle since I arrived.
Well, I shall endeavour to be the very best of guides, then. Hogsmeade's a charming little place. Self-contained, too. We should be able to find you everything that you need.
Cool.
Shall we?
Lego. Beautiful place, Hogwarts. Yeah, just get ready for the Dark Lord to go on and make his presence
I was
known.
glad Professor Weasley asked me to join you today.
As am I. Thank you, by the way.
Of course. You're the only one who's ever bested me in a duel. The way I see it, I'd be wise to keep an eye on you.
You smart.
Speaking of Weasley, she seems to have taken quite a shine to you.
Has she?
Yeah, well.
That's nice to hear.
I'm still surprised that a professor would entrust me with anything, given my detention record.
Spend a lot of time in detention, do you?
Just enough to keep me well-rounded. Speaking of detention, this trip to Hogsmeade might have saved me from one.
Oh, see, I helped you out.
Glad I could be of service.
Now,
Madam Scribner, the librarian, was on the hunt for me, as is often the case. Professor Weasley came to retrieve me, and I was able to convince old Scribner that I had somewhere to be.
alright, so check this out. I'm making this
So
group.
how did you manage to get on the librarian's bad side?
Well, I suspect it's a matter of differing opinions. She thinks I shouldn't be allowed in the restricted section, and I, on the other hand, am inclined to disagree. Oh, just one moment.
Just one
This
moment.
is an excellent spot to gather lacewing flies. They're pretty to look at. If you stew them long enough, they make a powerful potion ingredient.
So look, I'm making this group called the Death Eaters. You know, they're gonna follow the Dark Lord. I want you to be one of them. That's
It's
cool.
Beard from the Forbidden Forest. Look,
What's
What
going on?
see for yourself. Quite a sight, isn't it? You certainly don't see that every day.
Oh,
Poppy's already seen the hippogriffs.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Likely already named them too.
To the left is the Forbidden Forest. Out of bounds to all students.
Oh, hence the name.
Precisely. They think it's too dangerous. I think they need to have more confidence in our defensive abilities. Ah, you can see Hogsmeade just past those ruins up ahead.
see, so about becoming this Death Eater.
Have you
If
had much
you-
of a chance to explore the
well-
castle?
A little. It's positively enormous.
It is that. I've been there 5 years and barely scratched the surface. Loads to see, places to discover.
Ah,
Oh? Any you'd like to share with the class?
Perhaps one day. I can't go around telling you all my secrets now, can I?
If you
still
wanna be a
haven't told
Death
me how
Eater, you
became
can.
so good at dueling.
bro, you're gonna be my second in command. I need to know these things. Come
I've
on now.
always thought Thestrals pulling a carriage a bit grim. Though I suppose most people don't actually see them at all.
But you can see them.
Unfortunately. But you've seen quite a bit yourself firsthand too. Most notably that dragon attack. Hopefully the rest of your year isn't as eventful. Mr. Moon! He's the Hogwarts caretaker. Looks a bit worse for wear.
What's good, bro?
Hello, Mr. Moon. Have you met our new 5th year?
Pleasure. You might want to turn back, Mr. Sallow. Turn and run.
Is everything all right, sir?
Great.
Oh, look right at me. Eyes big as saucers.
What did, Mr. Moon?
Demi guys. Ugly and airy and terrifying. I shall be at the castle where it's safe. Good luck to both of you.
Boy, drunk as hell.
A demi-guise? I don't know what he's putting in his pumpkin juice, and he's obviously had too much of it. I've never seen Mr. Moon in such a
Fuck
state.
'em. I'll take those.
Mr. Moon is quite the character. My sister Anne thinks he's lovely, but I'd say he could improve a bit as a caretaker.
Oh, is your sister in Slytherin too?
She is, or rather, she was. She's not well at the moment, but she'll be better soon and back at Hogwarts.
Oh, good. All right, Hogsmeade. Kitty, I'll pitch you
Honestly,
later.
if one could bottle the magic of this place. I don't know if it's the shops or the people, but there's just something about Hogsmeade. Revelio. We all flock to it like moths to a flame.
When I'm able to pick these locks, yes, you can pick locks. We're gonna grab some more stuff.
So how would you like to do this? Weasley told me you had a list of things to get, a wand and some other bits.
Yeah.
Yes. Didn't he seed some spellcrafts and some potion recipes?
Perfect. Can't wait to see what you do with the new wand. And a short list gives you plenty of time to poke around the village. I just have to pop into a shop to find something for my sister.
Bro, did you
Let's
know a
meet up in the
butterfly
town
just flew
circle
through
when you're
you?
finished. Remember, have fun. It's Hogsmeade.
Indeed. Yeah, I know. Yeah, actually, we're gonna end the gameplay here. Again, the debauchery and things will happen once I'm actually able to travel around. I gotta get supplies and such first, so yeah. But y'all, if y'all enjoyed this video, leave a like on it. Those of you that are new, if you like it enough to become a part of the pack, hit that subscribe button, as well as hit that bell to be notified as to when I upload. I have a 5-day upload schedule unless something happens to it, which I will let y'all know. Those of you already a part of the pack, please share this video and get more people to join the pack, y'all. We're on the road to 100. On to 100. I have shopping to do in the next vid, so yeah. This your boy Deranged Alchemy saying, boy!